Oh, here, you want to smell? It's pretty awesome. What's going on, everybody? Doug Price here from the Agave Social Club podcast. Man, I'm so excited. I just finished a Zoom call with the Fortaleza team to go over the Winter Blend 2021. Now, I thought there were going to be 40, 50 people. I don't know, who got invited to this thing, how we got invited to this thing. There were 5 other people. I mean, this was a very small group. I did not even have my mic turned on because I didn't think that this was going to be interactive. I thought we were just going to kind of get to see this and be a part of this. And it was full on just hanging out with them. This was really an amazing experience to kick off this Winter Blend 2021. This is really a project. Stefano and Kobe really run point on this. Even when I was at the distillery not too long ago with Guillermo, I asked him about, because we saw Winter Blend 2022, and I asked him a little bit. He said, that's really Stefano and Kobe's project. He lets them run point on this. So those guys really walked us through what was going on with this. They were able to get their hands on 5 200-liter barrels. These were previously filled with Marsala. Now, sometimes, and we think of Marsala, we think of cooking. I got hints of that when I smelled the aroma from this. But we think about Marsala really in a semi-sweet or a semi-dry. And I got a little bit of that dryness, but this really was filled with that semi-sweet. Now, when they got these barrels, it actually had some of that Marsala left in it. So they drained that out, and here's what they're doing. The first fill, they added Fortaleza Still Strength Blanco to these barrels. For the first fill, they let it sit for 2 months. Just 2 months. It's a Reposado now. They let it sit for 2 months. It is a Reposado. They showed us, they had jugs of that first fill. It was very dark. Man, they said the taste on it was, it was sweet. It was thick. It was just a really delicious mouthfeel for this Marsala. Now, that was first fill. Then they're gonna add a different batch of the Still Strength Blanco to those barrels again for that second fill. And that's gonna go 4 months. And they showed us, 3 different jugs. They're doing 3 fills here. They showed us the second fill, which was still had some great color, but it was not as dark as that first batch. And then they did another fill exactly the same. They did Still Strength Blanco for another 4 months. So that's how we're getting, and again, these are French oak, so that's how we're getting these 10 months in this French oak. Then they blended it with 55% of their barrel strength Reposado. So that's how we're getting that aging of those 6 months in that American oak to then those 10 months in that French oak for both of those blended together. It's the 2 months for the first fill, 4 months, and then another 4 months blended with 55% of barrel strength Reposado that's been aged for 6 months. This is absolutely delicious. This is going to be coming out in, they're thinking either late November or early December, depending on which market. They might get it sooner than others. This is going to be at a price point of about $125 a bottle. This is going to be the highest price point that they have had for any of their winter blends. And man, we just sat through it. We talked about it. We talked about some of those flavors. I got some of that Marsala really off those aromas. When you taste it, the DNA of Fortaleza is there. This is Fortaleza. But there's something different here. The 2019, the 2020, and the 2021. We talked about how people want to compare them. Don't compare them. Each one's different, each one's very special, and to just really enjoy it. But on the taste, you get some of that sweetness there. It just takes you to this place of being in a seasonal environment of, hey, we're heading into the fall, we're heading into the winter. Really great flavor. For me, I got a lot of that flavor on that back end after we swallow it down, and just kind of, the flavors start to really come up. It is buttery, it's got a little sweetness there. Again, that Marsala, it's that semi-sweet that's gonna add to that blended with their Reposado. Buttery feel, really delicious. This is a special blend for Fortaleza. They're gonna have roughly 10,000 bottles. And so once it's gone, it's gone. The larger markets, the way they are breaking up the distribution is just proportionally to each volume of each market. So naturally, the Californias, the New Yorks, the Colorados, the Texases, those markets are probably going to get more than some of the other markets. Florida, I'm thankful for Florida, is starting to rise up there in the ranks as well. So Florida's going to get a pretty good allotment. So I can't wait to find it. Do not sleep on this. A couple years ago, I saw some 2019 and I passed it. I thought, man, I'll grab it next time. I had other things I was looking to get. I've never found it. Do not pass this up. If you see Winter Blend 2021, grab it. There's roughly 10,000 bottles, and once they're gone, they're gone. They are working on 2022. I saw 2022. I was just at the distillery a few weeks ago, and I walked in and I saw 2 of the barrels. They gave a little bit of information on it that we're going to keep secret, but I did see 2 of the barrels, and I do know that there are more barrels that they do have, but man, they are already working on 2022. So really want to encourage you to find some when it comes out, call your stores, see if they're getting it in, and because after that, it's going to be online in just different trade groups, and they're probably going to be charging way more money for it. So you want to grab it when you can find it. Fortaleza 2021 Winter Blend, absolutely amazing. I don't go into deep reviews of like all the tasting notes. My reviews are, is it good? Yes, it's amazing. Should you buy it? Yes, you need to buy it. That's all you need to know. You can follow me on Instagram at the Agave Social Club, and be sure to check out the Agave Social Club podcast. I had Guillermo's son, Billy Erickson, on the show, and man, we talked a lot about the history and some really great stories. So I want to encourage you to check that out. Thanks for watching. Yeah.